Before I speak to you about why you were specifically invited, I want us to explore the concept of intelligence. Intelligence is the ability to acquire and apply knowledge, therefore, many of us often equate being smart to being intelligent. However, there are some distinctive differences. Smart can be applied to learned interpretations, therefore, being smart is a gained status. When we study and learn a subject matter, we become smarter in that subject matter. Whether it's book smart or street smart, we have to put effort into becoming smarter. On the other hand, intelligence is something you are born with and doesn't change because it measures your ability to learn. It is inherent, and it stems from your genetic makeup. Therefore, all human beings have what is called a G factor, and it is for this reason you have been specifically invited to this conference. The G factor, also known as general mental ability or general intelligence factor, is a construct developed to measure reasoning abilities and human intelligence. Inheritable physical traits such as eye color, skin complexion, height, and strength have dramatically overshadowed intelligence as an inheritable trait. In 1988, the inheritable physical traits philosophy became a nationwide discussion when Jimmy, the Greek, Snyder said, "The black is a better athlete, to begin with because he's been bred that way and because of his high thighs that go up into his back. And they can jump higher and run faster because of their bigger thighs." This all goes back to the Civil War, when, during the slave trading, the slave owner would breed his big black to his big woman so that he would have a big black kid. That's where it all started. CBS fired what many believe to be one of the greatest sports commentators of his time for stating the truth. You see, by the 1820s, cotton planters and would-be cotton planters were moving in large numbers to places previously unavailable for settlement to grow cotton for sale in Europe and New England, where a textile industry was beginning to thrive. The extension of the so-called Cotton Kingdom required new laborers. However, this would be a challenge since, as of 1808, Congress ended the nation's participation in the international slave trade. Planters could no longer import additional slaves from Africa or the West Indies, therefore, the only practical way of increasing the number of slave laborers was through new births. With so much at stake, the slave's reproductive role became politically and economically significant. If enslaved mothers did not bear sufficient numbers of children to take the place of aged and dying workers, the South could not continue as a slave society. On occasions, slaveholders utilized selective breeding, maintaining their own large bucks and importing these men to breed good workers for the fields. However, slaveholders were unaware that Africans were, at one point, more advanced than Europeans. And that thousands of years of lineage and cultural achievements in mathematics, astronomy, metallurgy, architecture, engineering, medicine, and even navigation, was genetically coded within the very people they had enslaved. While breeding does pass along physical traits, it also passes on intellectual traits. And while we have not witnessed the performance of slaves, I am sure that we all have witnessed the dominant performance of the black athlete in the sports world. Recent neuroscientists' research has begun to catalog some fascinating differences between average brains and the brains of athletes. They have made a remarkable determination that athletic brains not only have superior intelligence, they also function at a genius level. They also determine that an athlete's actions are much more than a set of automatic responses, they are part of a dynamic strategy to deal with an ever-changing mix of complex challenges. Their brain does not merely issue rigid commands, it also continually updates solutions to enhance performance. Good genes account for some differences in ability. Still, even the most genetically well-endowed prodigy clearly needs practice and challenges to develop an athletic brain. These brain patterns are also prevalent in the black entertainer and the black professional. Given that both physical and intellectual traits are passed on to the children, the breeding practice of the past produced two unforeseen side effects: the first, intellect, and the second, ambition. Studies have concluded that black athletes, entertainers, and professionals are far more ambitious in their careers than their white counterparts. While the black athlete and the black entertainer have found success that has surpassed other races, the black professional has not. Currently, 1 in 5 black professionals believes their race or ethnicity prevents them from attaining the jobs they deserve within their companies, despite being just as or more qualified. Most black professionals don't have access to senior leadership, while nearly half of white employees revealed that they do. Coincidentally, nearly 2/3 of black professionals agree that they have to work harder than their white colleagues, the same white colleagues who admit they don't face the same hurdles. The vast majority of black professionals have endured prejudice and microaggressions at some point throughout their careers and are nearly 4 times more likely to encounter discriminatory behavior at work compared to white professionals. intellect, ambition, and social challenges such as poverty, prejudice, and discrimination impact the G factor, oftentimes resulting in more innovation and creativity. And while other races and ethnic minority groups face these same challenges, none were ever enslaved or faced the same persecution. Just as the development of the black athlete or black entertainer brain trains itself to process solutions to physical adaptation and performance resolutions, so does the black professional's brain as it relates to social adaptation and conflict resolution. Therefore, if given the opportunity for the black professional brain to perform unencumbered, it could once again become a dominant force of ingenuity, creativity, and innovation. The Project Aries offers that opportunity. At no other point in American history has there been an opportunity to level the playing field in commerce and industry in a way that changes the dynamics of professional and economic inequality on a national and international scale. Ending polarization through economics and not through the failed impediments of politics. There has never been a project that offers greater social achievement or greater financial rewards to its implementers than the Project Aries. As black professionals, no other group on this planet possesses a greater collective intellect, ambition, or drive. For the first time in modern history, you will dominate the core values of success in your related fields of expertise and lead the world in commerce and industry. As we speak, 193 countries are working on a new global economic design. And though they say they lack innovations and creative teamwork, they have the support of hundreds of multi-million-dollar corporations, raised over $30 billion in financing, and have access to millions of professionals and volunteers. Not to mention they have a 22-year head start. And true, going up against our team does seem to be a bit unfair, because they will need help. For Aries is the innovation they seek, and you are the creative team they need. Make no mistake, the Project Aries is a project designed for both national and international implementation. As a result, it is open to business professionals of all races and nationalities. But given that I am the project's lead designer, it is my theory that intelligence outperforms smarts. I felt that it was prudent to offer Alpha Team membership to black men professionals first. You will prove this risk to be right or wrong. Today, at the end of this conference, you must choose the blue pill or the red pill. The blue pill is the low-risk status quo and the uncritical and straightforward belief that emotional decision-making is your salvation. The red pill is the path of philosophical reasoning, critical thinking, science, innovation, risk, and change. You and you alone must make this decision.